Imagine a house that costs less than your monthly iPhone payment. We're talking Victorian trim, original hardwoods, and a wraparound porch, all for the price of a mid-tier Starbucks habit. But there's a catch. This house sits in a neighborhood where even the streetlights quit years ago, and the only neighbor you have is a raccoon with more ambition than the local economy. Welcome to the collapse they don't show you on postcards. This isn't a market dip, it's a total system failure. The gravity of the $0 dream is a simple rule. When rent hits rock bottom, the town's problems become heavy enough to crush your sanity. We've been trained to think rising rent is universal, but the system quietly rewired itself while we were arguing about avocado toast. Industry exits, empty campuses, and ghost malls have created a hidden network of forgotten towns, where the economics of reality have simply evaporated. This is a post-mortem of the places where the American dream went to retire and stayed to haunt the remains. Knowing where not to move is the ultimate life hack. We're starting with a town where the healthcare industry just ghosted the entire population. Town number 10, Danville, Illinois, the healthcare ghost. In Danville, Illinois, the rent is so low you could pay it with the coins lost in your couch and still have enough left for a gas station donut. This isn't just a budget win, it's a vacancy vacuum. The strategic floor fell out of this market when OSF Healthcare relocated a major facility in 2022, taking hundreds of middle-income renters with it. When the jobs went poof, demand followed, leaving a city full of gorgeous old buildings and landlords offering move-in deals that sound like a Fallout side quest. The data breakdown. Average rent, exactly $469 per month. Vacancy rate, over 18%. The pivot, a 2023 zoning flip now allows mixed-use lofts downtown for under $600. So what? This is a case of DSLRs over dentist chairs. Since the healthcare exit, remote workers are moving into spaces that used to be medical offices. There is a literal vintage camera shop now running out of a space that used to be the DMV. But living here isn't a cyberpunk aesthetic dream. Danville sits on an asphalt graveyard. The potholes are so deep they've been known to eat tires for breakfast. You're trading stability for $469 rent in a place where the infrastructure is essentially a suggestion. The strategic risk here is the stamina of the town. Without a major employer, Danville is basically a server running on a backup battery that's at 2%. But if you think a healthcare ghost is spooky, we're heading to a city where the state line is a glitch that can save you $300 a month on a 2-bedroom. Town number 9, Texarkana, Arkansas, the jurisdictional loophole. Welcome to the Twix City of the South. Texarkana is one city, two mayors, and two very different sets of books. While the Texas side is booming with SpaceX energy, the Arkansas side has become the bargain bin of the border. Because of Texas side tax incentives and more flexible zoning, major employers and retail hubs simply cross the street, leaving the Arkansas side holding a bag full of abandoned storefronts and falling prices. The data breakdown. Average rent, $625 for a 2-bedroom. Rent trend, dropped over 21% in 2023. Vacancy rate, 13% and climbing. So what? This is a SimCity glitch you can actually live in. Landlords on the Arkansas side are so desperate they're offering flat-screen TVs just to get a signature on a lease. It's a jurisdictional loophole. You cross the street and rent jumps 18%. The consequence? You might save on rent, but good luck with logistics. The cheese has jurisdiction issues here. Delivery drivers often get confused by the split street names, making your Saturday night pizza a geopolitical negotiation. Strategically, you are betting on the Arkansas side eventually rebooting its retail sector. But for now, it's just a discount suburb for a state that doesn't want to pay for its own streetlights. If a split city feels weird, wait for town number 8, a place that hit pause in 1996 and never found the remote. Town number 8, Valdosta, Georgia, the college implosion. Valdosta was once the pride of South Georgia, a thriving hub centered around Valdosta State University. Then, the college economy imploded. Hit by scandals and faculty cuts, student enrollment plummeted, and the housing market followed it into the basement. This is ghost dorm economics at its finest. Whole neighborhoods designed for a campus crowd that simply stopped showing up. The data breakdown. Average rent, $650 per month. Rent trend, down 16% in 14 months. Student population, down 12% since 2020. So what? Living in Valdosta feels like moving into a Windows 95 screensaver. It's a town of grand opening banners for stores that have been open for 12 years. While you can find a lawyer's office inside a former Sbarro, the nostalgia trap is real. It's affordable, sure, but the strategic value is tanking because the customer base, the students, is vanishing. You are essentially renting in a fallout vault where the overseer forgot to stock the vending machines. The long-term risk is that the town loses its Tesla range. It doesn't have the economic battery to sustain its retail footprint without that constant flow of student loans. Looking for something grittier? Town number 7 is the former rubber capital where Hope moved out in '92. Town number 7, Akron, Ohio, the post-industrial hangover. Akron is the city that rubber built, and then let deflate. The birthplace of Goodyear and Firestone is currently nursing a post-industrial hangover that has lasted longer than most marriages. Since the tire industry went flat in the 80s, the city has tried to pivot, but the economic growth feels like dial-up in a 5G world. The data breakdown. Average rent, $690 per month. Home prices, average around $130,000. Crime stat. Property crime is 27% above the national average. So what? Akron is the thrift store city. It's weird, cheap, and full of stuff that used to be important. You can buy a whole house for the price of a down payment in a functional city, but you're paying for the security of a place where 7% of the housing sits empty. It's a clearance sale with doors. LeBron James might have roots here, but even a global superstar can't fix a tire fire economy. The strategy here is survival, not growth. The gravity of Akron is the weight of its past. It's a city built for a version of America that moved to a different server decades ago. Leaving the Rust Belt for the border? Town number 6 is a tropical novella where shade is sold separately. Town number 6, Brownsville, Texas, the tropical novella bargain. Brownsville is where your rent, mortgage, and utility bills combined cost less than a single brunch in Austin. It's a tropical border town that feels like a slow-cooked novella, hot, dramatic, and everyone's related. It's marketed for its proximity to South Padre Island, but the 107-degree reality is enough to give your AC unit permanent PTSD. The data breakdown. Average rent, $693 per month. Poverty rate, 29.3%. Cost of living, 29% below the US average. So what? This is the least expensive metro in the US, making it a target for retirees on fixed incomes. But the strategic trade-off is the climate and the infrastructure. The sun here doesn't just shine, it punishes. The 29.3% poverty rate isn't just a stat, it's the gravity that keeps the town from modernizing its power grid. You can cook an egg on the sidewalk, and the bugs are large enough to do pull-ups on your screen door. It's a bargain if you can handle the heat. But remember, in Brownsville, luxury is just a fan that actually works and a roof that doesn't melt. Escaping the heat for the mountains? Town number 5 is a $15,000 ghost trap that Zillow forgot. Town number 5, Victor, Colorado, the $15,000 ghost trap. Victor is a town with an extraordinary past and almost no present. During the 1890s gold rush, it was a booming mining hub. Today, it's a rumor with a zip code. You can buy a literal house here for less than a used Honda Civic, but as they say, cheap doesn't always mean livable. This is the speculator's hangover in a high-altitude wasteland. The data breakdown. Home prices, $15,000 to $50,000 for fixer-uppers. Vacancy rate, north of 25%. Household income, just $34,000. So what? This is the ultimate sanity test. There is no gas station, no grocery store, and zero cell reception. Snow removal? Victor believes in natural melting cycles. You'll be living in a creaky Victorian with lead paint fumes energy, staring out at mountains while realizing your nearest neighbor is a collection of deer, dust, and ghosts. The nearest store is a 45-minute drive down a road that is half paved, half historical reenactment. Strategically, buying here is like investing in a fallout settlement that hasn't found a water chip yet. It's peaceful until your pipes burst, and you realize the $0 dream has a very high cost of survival. Think Victor is isolated? Town number 4 is a Gothic Instagram filter built for a population that vanished. Town number 4, Johnstown, Pennsylvania, the Steel Relic. Johnstown is the Pittsburgh that never made it. It survived 3 catastrophic floods and a steel collapse, leaving behind a city built for 60,000 people that currently houses only 18,000. This massive housing stock surplus has caused a total rent crash, turning the city into a playground for those who don't mind a little haunted small-town energy. The data breakdown. Average rent, $560 per month. Rent trend, down 22% in 18 months. Vacancy rate, approximately 19%. So what? Johnstown is undergoing a strange AI startup pivot. Content creators are moving into Gothic revival homes and opening offices in former ironworker bars. But here is the catch. Johnstown is an oversized Gothic suit that the town can't afford to tailor. The infrastructure was built for a metropolis, but the tax base is a village. Strategically, you are living in a beautiful relic that is slowly being reclaimed by the river. The potholes have literal geological layers, and there are more cemeteries than Starbucks. It's aesthetic as long as you don't mind the post-apocalyptic vibe, and the fact that your Tesla range will be tested by the lack of charging stations in a town that still values coal. If Johnstown is a relic, town number 3 is a casino-fueled trust fall with no one at the bottom. Town number 3, Shreveport, Louisiana, the Casino Trust Fall. Shreveport is the once glittering gateway to Louisiana that has spent the last 20 years in an economic trust fall. The casino economy gamble failed to catch the city's falling industry, leading to a landscape of riverboats, jazz, and empty streets. The data breakdown. Average rent, $680 per month. Vacancy rate, 21%. 1 in 5 homes are empty. Property crime, 60% higher than the national average. So what? The air in Shreveport is basically soup, and the local industry is in a permanent stall. This is population loss with good acoustics. You can rent a full house for the price of a parking spot in San Francisco, but you're living in a city that hit pause in 1997. The gravity here is the soup air, and the humidity that makes everything feel like it's melting. The potholes have their own time zones, and summer feels like you're being slow cooked in gumbo grease. It's a clearance sale market for those who can stand the humidity and the silence of a city that stopped growing. Strategically, you're buying into a cyberpunk slum without the cool neon lights. Ready for a desert glitch? Town number 2 is overdeveloped and underpopulated. Town number 2, Lubbock, Texas, the desert new build glitch. Lubbock is what happens when a building spree meets a stagnating student population. Developers went wild, expecting a tech boom that never quite arrived at scale, creating a renter's paradise born of pure desperation. This is the only place where landlords will offer you a free dog with a lease just to get a signature. The data breakdown. Average rent, $650 per month. Vacancy rate, close to 11%. Home price, $145,000, often for new builds. So what? In Lubbock, new doesn't mean filled. You can move into a brand new apartment and realize your entire floor is empty. The wind doesn't blow here. It shoves dust into your eyes like a hairdryer strapped to your face. This wind is so intense it actually drains your Tesla range just by pushing against the car. It's a simulation glitch where the infrastructure is ready for 100,000 more people who haven't shown up yet. Strategically, you are renting in a town that over-leveraged its future. If you don't mind the prairie dogs on espresso vibe, the rent is a steal, but don't expect the local economy to do anything but idle. Now, prepare for the final boss. Town number 1 is the ultimate economic plot twist. Town number 1, Pine Bluff, Arkansas, the final boss of cheap rent. Pine Bluff is the final boss of economic plot twists. A perfect storm of industry collapse and a 25% population flight since 2000 has left rent prices so low they feel like time travelers from 1998. This is a city that is quite literally trying to earn residents back. The data breakdown. Average rent, $626 per month. Rent trend, down 23% in the last year. Investment, $70 million poured into revitalization since 2019. So what? This is the uncle's garage theory of real estate. It's dusty, smells like regret, but somehow still works. Young families are circling back because of the massive $70 million revitalization gamble, but for now, the biggest billboard in town is still owned by a funeral home. Strategically, Pine Bluff is a bet on whether government spending can reverse 2 decades of fallout-style decay. Is the rent worth the gravity? You get art lofts for $600 and a 1913 library, but you also get a city that has been unraveling for decades. It is a Ponzi scheme of momentum. The town needs you to move there so they can afford to fix the streets you'll be driving on. Subscribe, comment, and like to stay ahead of the next real estate ghost story. Before you sign that lease in a town that has energy, make sure it isn't just lead paint fumes or a Sim City glitch. Thanks for watching.